Hey guys, today I survived 100 days in a Badlands only world. This is one of the hardest biomes to survive in because there's no wood, no animals, no villages, nothing. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, you should. It really helps me out and it means so much. But yeah, anyways, let's get into the video. Day 1, I spawn in and just begin to walk around, trying to find a abandoned mineshaft. While I'm walking though, I grab some sticks because that's the only thing I can do. And after half a day of walking, I find a mineshaft and I grab some wood. With this wood, I'm able to create a crafting table and a pickaxe. And then I'm finally able to grab some stone. I find my first bit of iron and I grab all the wood I can get. I use some string to make some wool and I make my bed, allowing me to sleep for the very first time. Day 2, I continue to explore and grab some more iron. I find another mineshaft and try to find a minecart with food in it, but I had no luck. So I continue to grab some iron and smelt it, allowing me to get my first ever iron pickaxe. I then make some armor and I go to bed. Day 3, I look for a good place to live and I grab some terracotta to build my house. I build the roof. And, you know, it looks fine. I begin to create a mine. I find a cave with lava in it, and I immediately create another portal. I make the floor of my house look a little bit nicer with stone. I grab some flint and steel, and I go to the nether. This is because there are a bunch of hoglins that give you a bunch of food, and finally, I'm able to eat something. I continue to kill more hoglins for food, and I find another mineshaft, grabbing some wood, and I find a minecart with food in it. I grab some dirt, and begin to build my farm. I plant some beetroot seeds, and I grow them. I go back to the nether, and grab some bone blocks for bone meal, and I kill some more hoglins. I mine for a little bit, and then I begin to grow my farm. I make some beetroot soup, and I begin to mine for the next 3 days. I spend the rest of day 8 grabbing sugarcane, and for some reason I jump into lava, and I barely get away, but sadly I die for the very first time. Yeah. I go back, grab all my stuff, and on day 9 I begin to build a sugarcane farm. I go back to the nether and trade with some piglins. I spend day 10 just mining. Finally, after a very long time of mining, I was able to find some diamonds. I make a diamond pickaxe and mine some obsidian, and I create a enchantment table. I trade with some piglins, but it was too slow, so I go to a bastion and I trade with even more piglins. I grab the gold there and use it to trade with them. I go out exploring, trying to find another fortress, and luckily I was able to find it very easily. I go into the fortress and kill some blazes. I got into many close calls. Blazes are very strong, but I didn't care and I continued to kill them, and I died. Yeah, I suck. I get all my stuff back, and I continue to kill the blazes. And I was able to get 15 blaze rods. Before I left, I grabbed some nether wart, but sadly, while I was trying to leave, a blaze shot me and killed me. Yeah, I'm not the best player. I get all my stuff for the 3rd time, and I'm done. I just leave. When I get back home, I make some eye vendors, and I begin to try to find the stronghold. Finally, I was able to find it, and I dug straight down. I immediately went to the library and grabbed some books. I found the end portal, and after killing a zombie, it dropped a carrot, which was so good. I made another portal back, grabbed all my eye vendors, and placed all of the eyes. And on day 16, I jump in. I shoot at the pillars, got into a few close calls, and began to start killing the dragon. Finally, I was able to kill him and gathered up all of the XP. I grabbed the dragon egg and I go back to mining some wood, allowing me to make some bookshelves for my enchantment table. I got a really good enchantment on my pickaxe, made a sword, and enchanted that, and I planted my first carrot. I began to bone meal the carrots and took away all the beetroot and replaced it with carrots. Then I was able to create my first ever golden carrots. I celebrate by mining for the rest of the day. After mining for a few, I begin to build my storage room. I make it pretty big, and I mine for the next 2 days, trying to find more diamonds. And finally, I was able to. With my insane pickaxe, I got 22 diamonds, which is insane. I then made all diamond tools and made some armor. Then I went to the nether, trying to loot the bastion. I saw all this gold and became pretty greedy, trying to grab it all. But sadly, I fell in lava, and I died. Yeah, I make some armor, I grab some carrots, and I go back in. I was so lucky, and my pickaxe was still alive. I somehow grabbed everything but my pickaxe, and when I tried to get away, I died again. But that's okay, because my pickaxe is still alive. I dropped it again, and it was still good. Finally, 4th time's the charm, I killed the piglin, grabbed my pickaxe, and got out of there. I mined my way through the wall, and I got out of the bastion. The dumbest thing I ever done. Sadly though, I lost everything but my pickaxe, but it's okay. I go back home, farm some more carrots, and begin to make some tools. I grab some blocks, and I go back to the ends. I then place some water near the end city portal, and I go in. I look around trying to find an end city. I build these bridges. Finally, I was able to find an end city with a ship. I loot the place, kill some shulkers, and I grab my very first elytra. I continue to look for some more end cities, but after finding a portal back, I kill some endermen for some ender pearls, and I go back home. I grab some more obsidian, go to the ends to kill some endermen, and was able to make my very first ender chest. I make an anvil and enchant my insane pickaxe. I then celebrate by mining for the rest of the day. I grab a bunch of gold for some golden carrots, obviously find some diamonds. Literally right after, I find some more, which is pretty insane. And in the end, I was able to get 22 diamonds. I get ready to go back into the end, grabbing some wood and some hoppers. I build all the way down to the build limit, and I bridge very far out from the island. Like, very far out. I then begin to build the Enderman farm. After building most of the platform, I run out of blocks and have to go back to the overworld from. I mine for day 31 and I'm ready to go back to the end. I go back in and fly to the Enderman farm, but for some reason I take off my elytra. I continue to build the farm. Sadly though, when I try to fly back up, I realized I didn't have the elytra on, but it was too late and I died. I'm stupid. I grab some more armor, and I go back to the end. For some reason, I try to water my way up, and I just jump off the edge. Okay, don't make fun of me, please. After dying 2 times, I have to resort to iron armor, which is... It's really sad. I go back to the end city dimension, and I begin to look for some end cities. I finally find one with an end ship, and I grab the elytra. Of course, I loot the place, and literally 100 blocks away, I find another end city. I'm pretty lucky. I kill some shulkers, and after I finish, I spend the rest of the day trying to find my way home. I spend the rest of the day just farming, and on day 36, I go back to the nether to grab some blocks. After I grab a bunch, I go back to the ends and continue to build my farm. I finish the platform, and on day 37, I go back to the nether to grab some wood, and coming back home, a creeper spawned in the portal and blew me up. I don't know how, okay? I grab all my stuff and farm some melons, and on day 38, I begin to build the killing chamber. I kill some endermen for some ender pearls, and I try to get an endermite to spawn. After a day of throwing ender pearls, I finally get an endermite to spawn. I name it and place it in a minecart. I destroy everything around the endermite, angering the enderman, and the farm was ready. I fly down, and it's so satisfying. After just a minute, I was able to get 42 levels, and I go back home. I enchant my pickaxe, trying to get fortune on it. No luck, and I just mine for the rest of the day. I find some diamonds, but decide not to mine it just in case I get fortune. I grabbed some gold before I left, I farmed for a bit, and was able to make a bunch of golden carrots. I made some brewing stands and some glass bottles to allow me to make some potions. I made some weakness potions, and I began to look for a zombie villager, which was the only way I could get a villager. I get in a fight with a bunch of mobs, and decide to just go to bed. Day 42, I get some more XP, and get the best enchant on my pickaxe with fortune. During nighttime, I continue to try to find a zombie villager. Again, no luck. And on day 43, I grab the diamonds, and continue to mine, which allowed me to get even more diamonds. In the end, I was able to get 21 diamonds. And again, day 43, try to find a zombie villager. Finally, I was able to find one, but when I was trying to heal it, skeletons started shooting at it, and it died. So, yeah, I'm sad. I make a sword and enchant it, getting a pretty good enchantment, and I spend the rest of the day mining. Find some more diamonds. Let's go. Again, I kept trying to find a villager. No luck. I made some diamond armor, and I began to expand my sugarcane farm. I kept trying to look, and I was actually able to find the villager. But sadly, when I was trying to save it, a creeper blew it up, and yeah, it was pretty sad. I get some more XP at the farm, and I enchant all of my armor. And on day 47, I began to build my mob farm. Because I haven't slept for so long, phantoms started spawning, and I just spent the rest of the day killing them. I realized the mob farm is a little too close, so I destroy it and move it a little further away. I begin to build the base of it, and almost died by some phantoms. I kill them for revenge, and I continue to build the mob farm. Sadly though, I run out of materials, so I mine for the rest of the day. At nighttime, no luck again. Day 50, I finish up the roof, grab some wood, and I finish up the farm. Day 51, I saw the farm wasn't working, but was too lazy to fix it, so I enchanted my spoon and combined it to create an insane one, and for some reason began to build a pool. I don't know why. I grabbed some stone and try to make it look nice. At nighttime, I found a zombie villager, splashed it with weakness, and gave it its golden apple, and then I dug a hole for it to live in. I named it just so it didn't despawn, and I just began to do random stuff to waste some time. Finally, the zombie villager turned into a villager. I was so happy. I took the villager outside, placed it in a boat, and began to build its house. I drove him and put him into his house, and for the rest of the day, I just tried to turn it into a mending villager. Finally, I was able to get mending for 1 emerald, so I immediately grabbed some paper and trade with it to lock its trade. I then bought just a few books, and I went to the ends to get some more XP. When I got home, I saw a wandering trader trading a spruce sapling. I immediately bought it and placed it down. I went out to grab some sand, and just got a few stacks. I grew my tree, and got my first ever piece of wood. I began to mine for some cobblestone, and on day 55, I got the materials for my smelter, and began to build it. Finally, after 2 days of building it, it finally worked. I placed my sand in the chest and began to smelt it. I grabbed some more wood, I then made a hoe and put fortune on it, which allowed me to get even more saplings from trees. I expanded my tree farm and got into a pretty close call. I literally survived by 1 block. Day 57, I began to flatten out the area and started building the sugarcane farm. Then I realized I did it wrong, so I destroyed the entire thing and began to mine for some cobblestone. I smelted it and began to build the sugarcane farm correctly this time. I grabbed some iron from the mine and made some more hoppers. I finished off the minecart system and began to build the actual farm. I mined for a bit more, somehow almost died, and enchanted all of my tools with mending. I went back to the Enderman farm for some XP, and farmed a bunch of carrots, which allowed me to get a few stacks. I mined for day 62, grabbing all the iron I can, and I realized the minecart system was wrong, so I had to try to fix it, but it was a pretty tough job. Finally, after 2 hard days of trying to fix the system, the minecarts were finally able to work. I continued to build the sugarcane farm, placed all of the pistons, but sadly I ran out, so I had to get some more wood and mine for a bit more. I grabbed some quartz for the observers and crafted all of my redstone blocks, and was finally able to finish the farm, placing all of the redstone components, the glass, and of course the sugarcane. I grabbed some more sands and made a glass roof, and finally the farm was done, looking pretty nice. I expanded the storage room, placed some chests, and it was good. I then grabbed all the string I could get. Because there are no sheep in this world, the only way I could have wool is with string. I then grabbed some wood and made a bunch of beds. On day 69, I went to the nether, beginning to make my netherite mineshaft. I then began to place beds to try to find some ancient debris. And I was actually able to, getting my first ever one. I continued to explode beds, and I somehow got an achievement from nowhere. I don't know how, but I'll take it. I almost died, but that didn't stop me, and I kept going, which was my mistake. I continued to explode beds, not knowing what the consequences would be, and sadly on day 70, I exploded a bed, fell into lava, placed my way out, which was lucky, but I burned to death. Of course, I died a second time, but luckily, I got all my stuff again. Half of it was burned, but whatever. I got some XP, and made my diamond armor and pickaxe. I made some more bottles and began to brew even more potions. I made just a few fire res potions. I grabbed some more wood for some beds, and I went back into the nether, beginning to try to find some more ancient debris. On day 72, I began to build my gunpowder farm. I dug a tunnel and made the killing chamber. Sadly though, while I was finishing building it, I realized I needed cats, which I didn't have, so I destroyed the entire build. And I began to build a different gunpowder farm. I placed the water, I went to the nether to grab some magma blocks, and I finished off the killing room. I made some redstone repeaters, and began to build the timer. Day 77, I built a tunnel to where the items will fall into. I placed the minecart, and it was ready. Then, I began to build the platforms. I ran out of blocks, and on day 78 I grabbed some more, but when I tried to jump back up, I fell down my tunnel and somehow died. There was water, I don't know. I finished up the build, and then I spent the next 3 days making the roof. I grabbed some stone, and on day 80 it was finished. It looked pretty good. I then placed water in all of the dispensers, and began to make some trapdoors, so only creepers can spawn. I placed the trapdoors all over the roof, and immediately ran out. So I had to go back to the nether to grab more, and was able to finish off the roof. I built straight up and began to build the AFK room. I placed all my stuff in a chest and AFK'd for the next 3 days. Day 84, I checked how much gunpowder I got, and there was nothing. I don't know what happens. I tried to fix up the problem by lighting up the place and making the AFK chamber just a few blocks lower. I rebuilt the room and AFK'd for the rest of the day. At nighttime, I went down just to check how much there was, and it was working. So, I AFK'd for the next 2 days. I grabbed all my stuff, and yep, it was working. I went out to grab some sand, and with this, I made some TNT. I got some XP, and enchanted my pickaxe. And to put mending on it, day 89, I went and began to find some ancient debris. In the end, I was able to get 6 ancient debris, plus the 2 at home. I smelted it, and I went back to the nether to grab some gold, and this allowed me to get 2 netherite ingots. Tried to go to the end portal, but my elytra didn't work, and I just fell to my death. So I had to run back and grabbed all my stuff again, and I killed some more endermen. I made another pair of boots, enchanting it and combining it with the ones I already had, and I put mending on all of my armor. And then I put netherite on my hat and my shoes. I grabbed some beds, and I began to go mining again. Once I was done, I went AFKing for a few, and on day 93, I got 2.5 stacks of gunpowder, and I made my TNT. I continued to get some netherite, and in the end, I got 8 ancient debris. Somehow when I try to go home, I do this. I don't know how. I get all my stuff back, and put everything in the chest. I smelted my ancient debris and grabbed my gold, allowing me to make 2 more netherite ingot. I placed it on the rest of my armor, and I looked pretty snazzy. I gathered some wood and started to destroy my house. I wanted to replace everything with wood. After placing an outline on my roof, I checked back, and it could look better. I fix it up a bit, and I'll take it. I get some more sugarcane and trade for some emeralds. I go back to the end for some more XP. Then I get looting on my sword, and do the same with my bow. I go to the nether and start to kill some blazes for blaze rods, and try to get some gas tiers. I use these to make some end crystals, and I add some glass to my mob spawn, because why not? Day 99, I expand my storage system, grab some wood, I place my chests, and it looks really nice. And on day 100, I go to the end, place the end crystals, and this begins the ritual. Finally, the dragon spawned again. I easily destroyed the crystals with my elytra, and I killed the dragon. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and comment below what I should do next. This took so long to make, so if you don't mind, please subscribe. It would really help me out, and it would mean a lot. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.